A very warm welcome to all the viewers of Yuva Bharat. I am your host for the show, Shweta. When it comes to careers, Yuva Bharat is the one-stop show for you. In today's episode, we will know about PG program in rural development at XISS Ranchi, meet Sayantan Das Adhikari, the PR professional, and our expert Amit Sharma will tell you about Prime Minister's Rozgar Yojana or PMRY. Welcome back after the break. Sayantan Das Adhikari is a PR professional who, in spite of not having any formal training in PR, has carved a niche for himself in this industry. Now running candid communications for a long list of clientele, Sayantan is one of the first web reporters of repute in Kolkata. It is his reputation in journalism which has helped him build media relations in this job, helping him make an excellent switchover. Here are the details.
In Yuva Bharat, we have brought to you information on an assortment of careers. Among some of the groundbreaking careers coming up nowadays, one in public relations seemed to be most productive. Today, we feature a young PR professional for you, who in spite of not having any formal training in PR, has made a niche for himself in this industry. Sayantan Das Adhikari was one of the first web reporters of repute in Kolkata before he decided to branch out on his own.
We formed Candid Communication in on 2003 July, and I think it's four year running, and we have our offices in all Eastern India cities.
Today, Candid Communications has the maximum number of clients in Eastern India. What is his source of inspiration?
The basic inspiration came from my father. Basically, I used to see my father, speaking to a lot of guys, lot of people, writing stories, writing feature stories on the daily. And from that, I was inspired to journalism initially. When actually I stepped into journalism, then I thought that I can't work for others. I have to work for myself. At least I am happy that whatever we are doing for ourselves, not for others.
We could guess from a day with Sayantan that PR means a lot of hard work. We were curious about the details.
Basically, we are into media relations. Public relations is to get media coverage for our different clients. But Candid is now into a lot of other areas also. Like we have started doing logistic management, a bit of event management too, and we have done few good events very recently, and mostly they are into corporate events, and also we are handling a lot of film accounts. For that we need to do a lot of, we'll have to create a lot of film based events.
But what do we need to make it? Sayantan's word on it.
You need to know the media very well if you want to be a PR professional. You need to know in your city how many newspapers come out in Bengali. If it is, I'm giving an example in Calcutta, that how many papers are in Bengali, how many papers are in English, how many TV channels, how many Hindi newspapers, how many other language newspapers. You need to have a very clear idea.
But is it all? Sayantan thinks it is only a part.
Basically, the media is one part. The second is that you need to understand the presentation part. There has to be some kind of a managerial thing which is involved with PR. That when we meet clients, you need to pitch. When we pitch for new accounts, then we have to give a proper presentation on your company, and also what are the things you are looking for. What are the services you can provide to the client. So for that you need to understand the overall industry. I'm talking about the financial market, I'm talking about the whatever. The sectoral analysis are very important.
Sayantan's reputation in journalism had helped him in building media relations in this job. But what made him switch over from a lucrative profession to the uncertainties of a business? Sayantan only has good things to say about the industry.
when I was into journalism, I used to get calls from a lot of PR agencies that please do this story for us, do that story for us. I used to get a lot of calls. But what I felt that now I say to my friends that I am on the other side of the river. I was in the other side when I was in the journalism. Now I have crossed the river and I am on the other bank. That means I am always at the receiving end. But one good thing about this particular industry is that it's a growing industry. It's a very nascent industry, I should say. Hardly anybody knows about what is called PR. Even my parents, they don't understand much about the concept of PR. So it's a growing industry, and I think that this, within a span of next 3 to 4 years, this is going to be one of the, biggest industries of India.
When Sayantan had started out in 2003, there were hardly any agencies in Kolkata except for branches of some national players in the field. In the last 3 years, by 2007, a number of agencies have sprung up in Kolkata.
In last 2-3 years, it has grown more than 25 to 30%, but in next 3 years, I can see a growth rate of at least 60% in India. The basic concept of appointing a PR agency is that it needs to be professionalized. Whatever the proceedings you have, it has to be professionalized, and it's a professional segment. It can't be it's a very separate segment from other industries. You need to know the industry, unless you can't step in.
Even clients who had earlier never thought of engaging a PR agency are now appointing agencies for PR, like Indian Football Association or the IT department of the government.
Advertising nowadays has become very costly affair, and the basic advantage of PR is that it's cost effective. You have to pay lakhs of money to come out with one advertisement, but if you want to do a PR initiative, it would cost you 1/10 of that cost, and it has a huge recall. I can't remember what are the advertisements I have read in the newspaper today morning. I can easily recall that what are the news I have read, because news has a much greater recall than advertisements.
But what is it that makes a successful PR professional? Our expert here thinks it's certain aptitudes.
There has to be a basic qualification. You have to be a graduate, but you need to have two things, very clearly within yourself. One, writing skill, and one, communication skill. Whether you know any regional language or not, but you need to know the English language. That is very important, because you will be dealing with a lot of international and national clients. They will not be comfortable speaking with you in Hindi or any other language. That is very important. Communication is the most important to be a PR professional, and also writing skill. You need to have a proper writing skill, because you need to write press releases, and press release is very important for a PR professional. That release will be disseminated to all the media houses. So if there is any mistake, any wrong information, so each and every newspaper will carry that wrong information. So you have to be very clear about what you are writing.
Here is what he had to say to our viewers.
My message to the viewers of Yuva Bharat is that I'm an entrepreneur, so you should create jobs rather looking for jobs. Dream big, work hard.
In the few minutes that we took to wrap up, Sayantan had already geared back fully to his work.